conference wrap-up show. I'm Christina Lee. This is Jeff Rubenstein. Holy crap. And I don't normally say holy crap, but that was really holy crap.
That is, there were much worse words uttered during that.
There are much worse. I had so many moments literally where my jaw had dropped. And I can't say, I mean, last year was great, but this year was a whole new level. It's just like Jack Tretton said before he left the stage. He said, keep pushing us, keep taking us to a whole nother level. And I swear that's exactly what this year was.
Last of Us, that is the way to end a show. That was the first time I had seen that demo, and that's the first time that all of you out there have gotten to see this game in action. And while it's the Naughty Dog, the team that made Uncharted, this game does not feel anything like Uncharted.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's so intense. One of the crew guys right back there, he's just like, I am getting that game. That's what he sounds like. I'm really good at that. Yeah. So it was just intense. How many times did you grunt or grimace? And that was right after seeing God of War Ascension.
Oh my
First time getting to see the single player. And when we debuted multiplayer, when Sony Santa Monica debuted multiplayer with God of War Ascension, people wanted to know, but what about single player? Why aren't you talking about that? I'd like to think you now know single player is in good hands. And there's so much mythology to draw from. While Kratos wasn't seen, killing all the gods, like, he wiped them all out at the end of God of War 3. You saw some mega huge dudes. You saw this elephant guy that I felt bad for that.
Their own weapons against them. I mean,
I felt bad for that elephant creature at the end.
His brain was decimated.
Yeah, and we're going to see a Kraken, obviously. They don't get too much bigger than that.
I didn't think Kratos could get even more badass, but it happened. He did get even more badass this year. That was uncontrollable. He is so uncontrollable. We've got to talk about Beyond.
Okay,
right?
We do have to talk about Beyond. What I want to know is, what did Jody do to them SWAT dudes? Because we saw all the tension. This is what David Cage, this is what Quantic Dream is known for: mood, emotion, building it up. And it was so quiet, and it just slowly built as the SWAT team moved in. Then, of course, they cut away because you're going to get to experience whatever happens next. And, Ellen Page playing Jody,
star power,
total badass.
Yeah, talking about, and let's go back to just star power and the different celebrities that are involved. J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter, dude, I am always down for all things Harry Potter, but Book of Spells, man, that was really cool.
That was really cool tech. And, a live demo is under a lot of pressure with everybody watching, but, that was making Move do things that I have not seen it do before. And I'm a parent. I got a 3-year-old at home, and we're going to be playing that, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm ready to go to Hogwarts. And dude, Assassin's Creed 3.
My body is ready. Please, I want Assassin's Creed 3 right now. The naval battles is the first time we saw that. They didn't even show that at the Ubisoft press conference, which was right before that. They showed some other really cool stuff. That game's going to be amazing, and a bundle will be coming out October 30th. And then we also got to see Vita, and there's going to be some crosstalk between the Vita version for Liberation, Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation. Very excited.
Oh my God, it's so packed, and there's still so many more things coming up. We've actually got this just in. There's a trailer that we want you guys to check out. It's Little Big Planet karting. Roll it.
PlayStation.
Yeah, I like those bunny ears on Sackboy. It's one of my favorites. But also have to remind you guys, it's so great that Little Big Planet karting is also very serious about the driving mechanics, right?
Yeah, just not as serious as The Last of Us. I think we needed some Sackboy after, seeing a dude get his head blown off. So yeah, Little Big Planet karting is just one of the many, many, many titles that we have at the PlayStation booth. So I do want you to make sure you do stick around, not to see not me, and to see the a booth tour. Ray shot a whole tour. It's the first look. People were sneaking in anyway, so we're spoiling the spoilers. We're getting ahead of them, and we're going to see what the booth looks like for the first time.
Yeah, but first let's go ahead to Meredith. Meredith?
Hey, Christina and Jeff, wow, so many great games to get excited about. God of War Ascension had an incredible crowd reaction. I'm here with game director Todd Pappy, and I have to tell you, your gameplay was amazeballs. So amazing.
Thank you.
Now, I have to ask you, how did Santa Monica Studio decide to go in that direction with this latest installment in the great God of War franchise?
With the prequel, or?
Can we call it a prequel? We actually can say it's a prequel? Yes.
Yes.
How'd you come up with that idea?
It was basically, we wanted to show a different side of Kratos, and we haven't explored the younger side of him at all, and it was a challenge, and we wanted to try it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a challenge. A lot of those combat moves you were doing up there was a challenge.
I messed up a couple of times, but hopefully nobody knows.
Nobody knew. It's
Nobody
okay.
knew.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Now, God of War's had a different game director for every game. How do you think that's helped the success of the series?
I think this game takes a hell of a lot out of you. I mean, I'm turning gray. I'm getting wrinkles. I think it brings freshness, and it's a challenge every day to go in there. But the team is a phenomenal team, and I'm so excited to just be part of it and be able to lead them. So that's great.
Now, we got to see the single-player gameplay today, but I was reading online about a few of the multiplayer features, and I heard you can actually choose your own deity, and you get weapons and armor that are specific to each god. So I got to ask you, what god would you choose?
I'm going to choose Ares.
Ooh, why?
I like the fire magic.
All right, fire magic.
Yes.
All right, well, I got to go Poseidon because I'm a Pisces, so I don't know. We'll have to battle someday,
I'm
fire with
Aries.
water. All right, well, thanks so much, Todd Pappy. We're going to throw it over to Sid.
Hey guys, I am here with Omar Kendall, the game director on PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. One of the big news hits coming out of tonight's PlayStation press conference. Big Daddy is going to be in the game as a playable character. What's his fighting style?
Well, true to his series, Big Daddy is a giant, lumbering, unstoppable machine. He's got a lot of attacks that allow him to just blow straight through his opponents and just deal a lot of brutal damage. Of course, we wanted to make sure that the plasmids are represented, so look out for those. And also, Little Sister makes an appearance both in his storyline and in his supers. So, it's a really cool character, really fun, offers a very different play style that we're really excited about.
I'm a huge BioShock fan, so I can't wait to play him. I'm calling dibs. Next character that was unveiled was obviously Nathan Drake from Uncharted. How does Nathan's fighting style contrast with Big Daddy?
Well, Nathan's really interesting. Of course, has a huge arsenal, again, from the Uncharted series. What we're able to do is create a very interesting mix of both his gunplay, but also his melee. He's not afraid to get in there and sort of punch and kick and mix it up. Also, a little bit of his humor. He's one of our more interesting styles, and we're really happy to have him.
That's awesome. How do you guys make the decision which character gets in and which doesn't?
It's tough, of course, we're not going to be able to get all characters in the game, but we look for, what the fans are asking for. We keep our ear really close to the community, and we're trying to pay attention to what they're asking for. But at the same time, we want to throw in some surprises as well. Obviously, we're all big fans of the PlayStation and those great characters, so sometimes we sneak some of our favorites in there, too.
I mean, can we expect more third-party characters to make the jump to the game?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think Big Daddy is just the start of the announcements for third-party characters. You're going to see us talk a lot more about additional third-party characters all summer long. Definitely just stay tuned.
Now, you guys at Superbot, you're fighting game veterans. Tell me a little bit about the expertise of the studio.
Sure. Well, this team was hand-picked, custom-made to make this game. They brought me over. Like I said, I've been working on fighting games for a lot in my career. But we also have a lot of guys who are from the community, a lot of guys who have been playing and really living fighting games for their entire lives. And, it's just a great experience.
Excellent. Thanks a lot, Omar. Let's go back up to Christina.
Yeah, so those are some really great announcements for PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Jeff, who are your favorites?
I've been using Kurtle Radek. He's from Killzone. I know Jim Sterling from Destructoid's super excited that the original voice actor Sean Pertwee recorded new lines for that.
Nice.
And I think it's a sign of like just the little minutiae that fans notice. You're going to see that in spades in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I'm very, very curious to see how Nathan Drake handles and what his level 3 super looks like, because they're really good at pulling in little things. I hope Soli pops out or somebody like that.
I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed watching Fat Princess bounce around as big as she was.
She's very good in that game because her level 1 super, it takes aim like right away, and I was not at all surprised to see her win that round.
Did she have a bazooka?
She may, and a chicken and cake and other things.
More
Yes.
cake, please.
Yes.
But hey, I want to touch back on The Last of Us,
Oh,
right?
sure.
I mean, I know we ended on that, but I love that not only does it evoke emotion, and Naughty Dog's great with storytelling, but it's, okay, well, first I have to say the bone-crunching aspect of heads against walls and all that stuff was eerie in a
This is an
weird
M-rated
way.
game, and that's something we haven't seen out of Naughty Dog, and obviously you're going to see a lot of that. Another thing I want to point out is the voice acting.
Yeah.
Troy Baker as Joel is fantastic. You would know this guy if his name is not familiar to you. It was Snow in Final Fantasy 13, the main dude in Catherine, which was an awesome game. Just in a tremendous amount of different games, and you don't even, it doesn't even sound like him because he's got sort of this grizzled twang going on, and we're actually going to have those guys, both the main voice actors, Joel and Ellie, on our live stream coming up later this week. From the
Sweet,
booth.
sweet, sweet, sweet. Speaking of Naughty Dog, though, we're going to go down to Ray.
Let's look at that jacket.
OMG. You guys opened up with Uncharted 2 and 3, our last press conferences, but you guys are now the closers. Of course, I'm hanging out with Christoph Balestra and Evan Wells, co-presidents of Naughty Dog. My God, how does it feel?
Amazing. A lot of emotion right now because like the crowd reacted like halfway through the demo, so they were really into it, and so we got what we wanted. I mean, they want to close the show like in a big way, and I think we succeeded.
Evan, how does that feel, man? The biggest pop of the night was that one last shotgun fire.
Well, I just couldn't be more proud of the team. I mean, everybody put in so much hard work to make sure this moment stood out, and lots of late nights, a lot of creative talent went into it, and Bruce up there, he nailed it.
Dude, Bruce was a pimp. He's just like, I'm out. I was waiting for him to drop the controller. That was probably the best moment of our press conference. Now, The Last of Us, your first mature title. What is that like for you guys creatively to have that mature freedom?
I think it's great. They give us like a lot more like freedom and stuff, like just creating a new world and like also new characters. We want to create like different arcs with our characters, and so we want to put them in difficult situations, like where they have to learn how to help each other, and so that world really helps us like create that environment for them.
I like the fact that you said difficult situation, because I like the fact that Uncharted was massive and big, but Last of Us is very intimate and personal. Talk about that decision.
Yeah, it's a very different style of game. We wanted to create a very specific tone. So we didn't approach it as we wanted to create a mature title. We approached it as these are the situations that we want to put our characters in to see what kind of reactions it elicits. So it's really about creating pressure on the two main characters and seeing how they react.
And now, what's really cool about Naughty Dog is that you guys just don't pick any generic music to add pressure. There was a lot of lack of music, and which built intensity. Talk about that decision as well.
Yeah, we wanted like to create like some like a very tension between like just the two main characters and them going through like the environment where it sounds pretty safe at the beginning, and we kind of like build it up, and so like we take music as part of that, building the tension. So it's a lot of like attention to details. I mean, I don't know if people can imagine how much details we put into those.
I noticed clothes hangers moving, so I'm like, he did that on purpose. But yeah, any closing comments, boys? Any closing comments?
It feels awesome. I mean, we are so glad to be here, and like we worked really hard, and seeing the reaction, it's gonna really help us finishing the game, and it's like gonna be a great boost for the team.
You guys are rock stars. Thank you so much for your time. Back to Christina and Jeff.
I'm really glad that we hired Dante from the new DMC to do our interviews. I think that was a really great hire. So
You're right,
well
Jeff,
done.
it was.
And Ray brought up a great point.
Yeah.
Like the most like amazing moment from E3, I want to say it was E3 2009, was clearly Uncharted 2 when the building fell down, and definitely I would say they've equaled or topped it here with this
Totally.
this Last of Us.
Totally.
demonstration. It was, wow,
Yeah.
still reeling.
And I have to say, one of my favorite facts about The Last of Us is that, well, you know, the whole idea of a survivor environment, that they had based a lot of this off of, well, not based, but they'd gotten the genesis of the idea from Planet Earth, right?
Sure.
Okay, you're like, if that goes, that goes.
You know
no,
things
but
I don't know. That's why
this
you're
is
on
what I
TV
had read.
a lot more than
This
I
is what I had
have.
read.
So
You know, there
we're
were
gonna go with
five facts, but I can't remember all 5 right now. But that's the one that stuck out to me, and I thought that was
you know
really
who knows
cool.
a lot is my good buddy Dan Shu. This is someone who we want to get some media reaction. This is someone who I met for the first time at the PlayStation press conference in 2007, which was my very first one. I was media at the time, and I met him, and I was like totally starstruck. And now he's here to talk to us.
He is.
So that's cool. With Sid, right?
Yeah.
Did I just pin ourselves into a corner? Sid, are you ready? Sure. No. There he is. Hey, hi Dan.
Okay,
Say hi
I'm
to Dan
here
for
with
me.
a good friend of mine, Dan Shu, who's the editor-in-chief of GamesBeat and co-founder of BitMob. Welcome, Dan. I wanted to get your take. What was your favorite moment tonight out of the PlayStation E3 press conference?
Man, it was tough. Last of Us was awesome, right? But it's because we saw that already, so it didn't have that kind of new excitement feel that Beyond kind of gave me, right? And we were all amazed by the facial animation and Beyond. It looked like, I think Uncanny Valley is almost gone now, because it was really, really hard to discern that from reality, so that blew me away.
Were you a Heavy Rain fan? I remember you were, weren't you?
Yeah, I thought Heavy Rain was pretty cool. You know, it was kind of tough because it's like I'm more used to action, action-y games. So I think this is a little bit more up my alley because it's like explosions and killing and a lot of stuff going on. So I'm excited about this one.
Awesome. PlayStation All-Stars obviously in the spotlight tonight. Who's your pick, Big Daddy or Drake?
So I gotta give you guys some crap about this. Who is gonna pick Nathan Drake over like Big Daddy or Kratos, right? Like, the first thing I'm gonna do is pick Kratos because like he's obviously a badass, right? He has the combat down. So I know it's gonna be balanced. I'm sure Nathan Drake will hold his own, but I'm going for Kratos or Big Daddy.
Very cool, and of course we can check out more of Dan Shu's thoughts at GameBeat. But for now, let's take it back to Christina and Jeff.
Well, thanks a lot, Dan. I always appreciate his. You can't hear anything, Elvis, can you? Awkward silences. No, he very respected from the EGM days. I grew up reading him, and very cool to have him here. And where are we off to next? Oh,
Well,
we're off to the booth.
We are off to booth because Ray actually had a chance earlier. He got a sneak peek at the exclusive PlayStation booth.
Usually, you'd have to wait until the doors officially open to E3 before we unveil the massive PlayStation booth. But today, and thanks to me, you'll get your first sneak peek look at what will surely become the center of the PlayStation universe here at E3 2012. The life of our PlayStation booth began 2 weeks ago, when 70 Big Rigs delivered a modular 2-story hall that encompasses over 29,000 square feet of the LA Convention Center. We have over 200 individual video game kiosks, 240 monitors, and several hundred carefully crafted and engineered booth features, like this PlayStation Vita pedestal, which I plan on taking home with me after the show. The PlayStation family will collectively spend over 8,000 hours here on the show floor for the next 3 days at E3, showing off the latest and greatest games and accessories for the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Vita, as well as the ever-growing collection of PSN exclusives. Everywhere you turn, you'll find PlayStation, like Kratos from God of War Ascension, other great games like PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, Little Big Planet Karting, The Last of Us, Sound Shapes, a ton of PlayStation Vita games, PS Move games, and of course, Wonderbook. But right now, I'm gonna go play Dust 514. And finally, at the entrance of the PlayStation booth, you'll find our stage, where Jeff, Sid, Christina, Meredith, and myself will be bringing you live E3 coverage all week long. We'll be in your homes through PlayStation Home, PlayStation 3's XMB, the PlayStation blog, and PlayStation.com. As long as this show floor is still open, we'll be bringing you live E3 demos from developers and developer interviews. Join us this week as we celebrate you, the PlayStation gamer, on our 17th year at E3.
That's right, and we're also kicking off over 23 hours of live E3 coverage, of course.
Not in a row.
Not in a row, but I'm just saying we're kicking it off. And it all starts tomorrow morning at 11:30 a.m. with none other than Meredith Molinar. We like to call it here affectionately Mornings with Meredith. So Meredith, what can we expect tomorrow?
Actually, why don't we talk a little bit about the lineup for tomorrow. We're going to start off with Mornings with Meredith, and then we're going to go straight on into The Last of Us Sports Champions 2. Ray is doing like a whole spokesmodel thing. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. You can read this. The point is, we're going to have demos. It's going to be sort of the director's cut. We're bringing you every half an hour brand new stuff. And there's not even enough to fit it on one page. There's so much there. God of War Ascension, Little Big Planet Vita, Far Cry 3. I think on the previous page we saw Assassin's Creed Liberation for Vita. Everything you want to see, pretty much everything you saw here tonight, we're going to have demoing live, and that's only day one.
Yep, it's super packed. And now we can go to Meredith. Meredith, what's up?
Hey, Christina, that's right. We have so much good stuff for you right off the bat tomorrow morning, so definitely tune in at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time for Mornings with Meredith, and I'm going to fill you in on all the juicy insider stuff about games you saw here tonight. We're starting off with a live conversation with David Cage, co-founder of Quantic Dream and the writer-director of Beyond. Now, this game was so haunting and intriguing. I have so many questions for him. And if you guys at home have questions for him too, feel free to tweet me at rockme_re, and I'll do my best to get those fan questions answered for you. We're also going to have an exclusive interview with the one and only Jack Tretton, and then we're going to take a look at the new wireless stereo headset. It's going to be a big show, and we have so much more coverage coming up after me. So start your day off at 11:30 a.m. with Mornings with Meredith. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Back to you, Christina.
That was cute.
Very, very early morning, 11:30. We're taking it a little bit easy on her.
Yeah.
So Meredith, I'm just going to stutter. Meredith said sending your fan questions to @PlayStation, and one of the things we got to do today was bring fans into the here to this venue that used to house the Clippers in WrestleMania 7, and we actually had a super secret surprise for them that I think they guessed, which is they're all going to E3.
Yep.
We're giving them 3-day passes. They're all set. It's too late for you, but maybe not. One more chance to win your way in.
That's right, because tomorrow the PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale Cosplay Challenge is going on both inside and outside of the convention, and it's definitely your ticket in. So make sure we see you there, and here's a preview.
Thanks, guys. That's right. Tomorrow, the PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale Cosplay Challenge begins right here at E3. We're super stoked. I'm Taryn Southern, and this...
Hi.
This would be my lovely co-host, Johnny D. We just wanted to stop and tell you guys a little bit more about this amazing event and how you all can participate. So tomorrow, Tuesday, 12 p.m., come on down to E3 dressed as your favorite PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale character.
All-Star.
We're talking about Kratos, Sly Cooper, Raddock, Sweet Tooth, Parappa, Big Daddy, Nathan Drake, and Fat Princess.
Oh, Fat Princess. Fistful of cake!
Really? Anyway, come on down to E3 by 12 p.m. on Tuesday. All you have to do is look for the PlayStation stage. It's outside of the LA Convention Center on the corner of Figueroa and Pico. 8 of you All-Stars will have a shot at getting passes into E3 and then fight to the death on PlayStation All-Stars.
To the death!
So, if you look good and you play even better, you might just win a pass to E3,
No.
a PlayStation Vita, and one cosplay winner genius will go home with everything. I'm talking about an all-expenses paid trip to Comic-Con in July.
Comic-Con in July! Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. That's for real.
That
We're
was
giving away a sweet prize. All right, so again, you, me, Chatty Kathy over here, who's been so unhelpful this entire promo. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale Cosplay Challenge tomorrow, 12 p.m., PlayStation stage, outside E3. Is that everything? Oh, if you come dressed as Sweet Tooth, we do have fire extinguishers.
Fire extinguishers.
And that's right, guys. Make sure you show up for the challenge tomorrow. It's on the corner of Figueroa and Pico at noon. Make sure you get there a little early because those are probably your best chances.
You have one day to work out and look like Kratos. We already know what you're cosplaying as, Ray.
We do. It's very
Dante. Don't make me cry.
This jacket's amazing. What was your favorite besides this jacket? Look at this.
This is what we're focusing on right now.
Is that from the Thriller video and they just pulled the zippers out?
This actually is a 10-year-old jacket and it's been through 5 different Burning Men.
Wow.
Okay.
Like the actual festival. There's quite this history to this jacket, so.
All right.
Shout out to Carrie for the jacket.
Besides this jacket, what was your highlight? You were down on the floor. What was it like down there?
I was hooting and hollering. That was something the best I do at the PlayStation conferences. But in the order from, we'll start with number 3. It has to be Assassin's Creed Liberation.
For sure.
PS Vita White. Oh my God,
That was
gorgeous. That is
crazy.
a great bundle. Number 2, God of War Ascension. Pappy up there rocked like a rock star. But number 1 has to be The Last of Us.
Dun, dun,
In its
dun.
simplicity, it was so confident, so brilliant, and so dark.
I just wanted him to like drop the controller at the end and just walk off.
That was so pimp. He's like, peace, done, thanks, see ya.
Hard to disagree with that. I might throw Assassin's 3 in with Liberty.
For sure.
We're pretty close. We're pretty close, so that's good. What about you?
You know, I have to give a shout out to Assassin's Creed Liberation because it's the female assassin. I gotta say, it's pretty cool.
Very
Gotta
first
give
one.
props. Yeah, that was really neat.
And it takes place in New Orleans. I think people have seen a little bit of that from like there's a big Game Informer reveal, so that's coming out or on newsstands now. I don't know. No, it's already out.
Okay,
Anyway, can't wait to play more of that, and we're going to be seeing more on our live stream.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're doing for the next 3 days.
Yep.
Is we're just camped out on that stage. That was some great spokes modeling, by the way. There were some big words for you. I was very impressed. And we're going to be just broadcasting nonstop, just director's cut demos. What are you looking forward to showing off to everybody?
Oh man, I know we're actually showing another demo of The Last of Us tomorrow morning, so that's going to be really unique, so definitely tune into that.
Yep.
I'm just really excited about that. I'm actually honored to be standing on stage with the boys again, talking about The Last of Us.
We're pretty lucky. We're pretty lucky to be
Can
working
I
with
say
you
I'm
here.
honored to be standing with you two?
Well,
Aw.
it's just getting real sappy.
Like I said, it's very honorable.
All right, we're getting real self-indulgent here. Where's Sid, by the way?
Sid
did a great
is
job.
roaming somewhere. Meredith has got an early morning, so she's not going to be able to join us, but she's with us here in spirit. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We love being here live for you guys. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow and for the rest of this week. From all of us here at PlayStation Team, we'll see you later.
Thanks, crew.